Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I just got home from work, trying to make it like doom. Come home from work and take care of a few things before hopping on to the podcast with you.
Amazing. Well,
Yeah, thank you for squeezing in a time in the British culture because I know the premiering Finding Mr. Christmas season 2 is still going and it pretty much wrapped up. So I appreciate you taking the time out of a little bit of prep or a little bit of traveling to come on to the Cat Chat podcast to talk about Finding Mr. Christmas season 2. What we could talk about so far.
it's awesome. Yes, let's talk about everything we can talk about.
Definitely. I mean, once I saw the promo and the first two episodes, I was like, I gotta get contact with these guys. I mean, I gotta get them come on the podcast to talk about their journey while they're on the show and just to see where it goes because I had difficulty last year with the first season, but I was able to get a couple of guys. I'm like, this year I'm gonna get them all, or I'm gonna get 95% of them to come on so we could just have a heartfelt conversation about the competition show, Finding Mr. Christmas.
Yes, you should get everyone on board. Everyone is so nice and kind, and I'm sure
Definitely,
you'll be
definitely.
able to
I'm
get
working
everybody.
on Craig, I'm working on Rustin, I'm working on Drake, and I'm working on Logan. I had the opportunity to do a podcast at the co-host with Robbie, and oh my goodness, hilarious! And he is full of hope. He is full of comedic relief, and it was just really amazing to talk to him. That was I'm gonna reach out, but as I get to know to the guys in each deep level of each episode, that reindeer photo shoot, I was like, okay, I really need to have Angel. And I just pick the photo shoot apart and just to see what was going on. I mean, Vixen, I was like, okay, I need to have him come on and just talk about that amazing photo shoot that all of you did.
Yes, that photo shoot was um, fun and courageous. I mean, to lift us with a crate 15 feet above ground. I mean, I'm not afraid of heights, but some of the guys were. And on top of that, to just get one frame for the Entertainment Weekly magazine, that right there put so much pressure. And on top of that, we had to be in characters, be a reindeer. I was Vixen, and wow, my adrenaline rush was just going off the roof, and it was fun. I'm glad we got to experience that with everyone.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, I liked how they did the screenshot challenge and everything, and the dark quality challenge. Like the winner, I was really, really impressed with the blue team and how they were able to take advantage of the dark quality challenge by giving each of you an opposite reindeer. I thought that is a really great idea. So like each of them will get the opposite, and then I think that's a really great lesson or a great moral for all of you to open yourself up. Like for Drake, for example, very quiet, very timid, and he was given a coupon. So he had to like open up a little bit and be a little bit of a
Yeah,
romantic. And I
yeah.
could see different ones from like Davy, Rustin, but then dude, I was just like, this is amazing. So how did you feel about their choice or their decision based off giving up opposite or a way off typical reindeer that's not really who you are?
Yes, that was really sneaky of Craig, Robbie, and Gabe. They were fighting amongst themselves. What should we give Angel? What should we give Rostin and Davy? So for them to think a specific reindeer would um, not give us a chance to project who we are. I think they sort of got it wrong. Everyone nailed it. Everyone did so good. And I strongly believe that it was meant to be. Every reindeer that we receive was meant to be ours. Because Gabe, for example, he was so shy, and they thought, "Oh my God, if we give it, if it's," he actually chose Cupid, and good for him because he stepped out of his shell. He like was leading the pack, and he did, I believe, the best picture of all of us. I don't know what you who you think was the best picture, but I think Gabe gave the best pose.
I took a couple of screenshots because I was trying to do a really good promo, not a promo, but a reel or a really good review. But once I saw each shot, I was like, oh my God, like three different shots. I would pick the favorite. I think all of you, out of three shots or three frames or whatever that I like, specific one for each of you. And to be honest, I think it was, yeah, like you said, Gabe, with the lantern, with the prop, and I was just like, that is stunning.
That
And
was
all you have your unique trait or anything, and I was laughing so hard with Craig. And I
oh
was like, his laugh died in trying to balance his core. And Jonathan, like, just give me something. He's doing this. He's doing that. I was just like, okay, I need to have him come on and talk about what kind of a firecracker he is. You know, but each one of you really brought it with your personal trait, trying to open up with the personality or the type of reindeer. And when I saw the final product, I went out, wow, I need to find myself in an Entertainment Weekly magazine so I can have all of you. And just like, I remember when they did that and how each one of them brought their inner reindeer to life.
yes, we brought our inner energy on a reindeer. Yes, Craig got me cracking up. He just took a risk and it didn't pay off. He just was all over the place. He was trying to do something while he was upside down, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So we didn't get to see each of us. This is the first time we got to see how we each did. We were at the house and we couldn't see the edits or see how everyone was doing. So every time an episode airs, that's the first time we see how we each of us perform or mess up. So
Ah.
he talked about it and he said, "Guys, I don't think I did as well as I wanted to." And we were like, "Really?" So we had to wait and wait until the episode air to see.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I know they can't have a pretend to see or find out what they're doing until they walk out that door. Surprise! This is what you're doing because I was like looking forward to all of the reactions from episode one with Kian with Chanel and episode two going up in the air trying to break Heather Hammond's heart with your superpower pose up in the air. So it was really interesting. Some of the guys were like, okay. Some of the guys were like, okay, the tablet, whoa. Okay, what's this?
I know. Well, I thought I did great. I thought that, you know what, I've been a model for 10 plus years. I got to do a photo shoot. I have to bring Vixen out. and then pretend I'm a reindeer. I've been lifted from a crane before, so I'm good to go. And then I don't know what happened. My legs weren't working. Um, it was harder than I thought it was gonna be. Um, and then making sure I was looking at my light, listening to the photographers, listening to the guest judges, listening to Jonathan Bennett, and then on top of that, trying to bring my inner Vixen. I think I got halfway there, and my legs just weren't working how I wanted to. I should have gone with what David did. He's an athlete, and I'm also an athlete, so I should have just go with it with my legs and hands. But too late.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, before we dive in, I want to learn a little bit about you. Like, what was your background growing up? Were you an actor, or you like model, or you like how did you get into that kind of world of modeling, acting, and producing?
Of course, yes. So I was born in Venezuela. I came to America in 2002, and I I played soccer all my life. I played it back in my country, and I played it all through high school, college. I got a soccer scholarship, and then my goal was to become a professional soccer player. And then I injured my leg. I tore my meniscus. So then I had to change my career path. I didn't know what to do, but all I knew was being an athlete, working out, and staying healthy. So then I got a random question at the gym from someone, a Christian um, lady, and she asked me, "Do you mind if I take pictures of you wearing my company shirt that's about Christianity?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" So once I did that, she literally convinced me during the photo shoot, you should model. You have what it takes. You have the look. I think you should pursue this. I think you'll do great. So then that led to researching about modeling, and I found my friend who was dating this girl. Um, she knew about modeling, and then we became friends. And then she introduced me to the world of modeling and acting, and that's how I got introduced to it. And then the Hunger Games came that year to Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where I lived at the time, and they were looking for background actors, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in! Let's jump on board." And I did it for a month, and I fell in love with the whole world. Just people coming together, creating something magical, from hair and makeup to wardrobe to the crew to um, the DP, director of photography, the camera person, the gaffers, the director, the actors, and the background. We all make something look good. And I was like, you know what? I need to do this. This is what this gives me and my life meaning. So then I moved to Los Angeles and I pursued modeling and acting for 13 years. And I've had some great experiences, some good jobs, some ups and downs, and I love it. I love this lifestyle, and that led me to finding Mr. Christmas season two.
Definitely, definitely. I like to learn about each of the characters and their background because who knows who they were before audition for finding Mr. Christmas or in Mr. Christmas. Who knows? You could be Mr. Christmas. Who knows?
Oh, it's Mr.
So
Christmas.
we'll find out. So yeah, really interesting because I like learning about how they were from like a different state or different country and moving in to the United States and feel a little bit of like a culture shock, or were you prepared when you moved to the United States from Venezuela? Was it like an easy decision or a good move because you wanted to explore a different perspective of life? Because, oh, darn, the goal for soccer didn't happen and the injury took your life mentally and physically, and you were like, okay, I need to do something about it. Just pick up and move to America and just find a way for acting, modeling, and producing. So how did you feel about from where you started and where you are right now?
I feel I feel what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like everything that has happened is for a reason. I didn't know English, and at the time in Venezuela, I remember I was doing great. I had my first girlfriend. I was making friends. I was playing baseball and soccer. In in my mind back then when I was 15, 14, 15, I was thriving. I was doing great and good at life. And then my mom wanted a better life for me. So she moved me to America. And when I got to America, I didn't know English. I didn't know the culture. I didn't know what to expect. It's a new world. But I utilize sports to get me in, to find friends, develop my mentality towards life, and mature. Soccer guided me and planted this beautiful um, lesson and teaching of friendship, working with a team, and perseverance, respect, um, and never give up at your goals. I always say this: no matter how hard it gets, we always play harder and without giving up until the last whistle. Because the referee at of 90 minutes he whistles and that's the end of the game. But we at least gave it our all. We sweated. We busted our butts and we tried and tried and tried. So that right there, I brought to Finding Mr. Christmas, to other jobs where I would not give up until the end. And you'll see now that I survived episode 2, I'm going on to episode 3. And on all these 3 episodes, that's how my mentality was. I'm not giving up. When I fell on my scene with Janel, it kicked in. I was like, they're not gonna yell, cut. This is it. Get up. So I got up and just went with it, used it for my advantage, and threw like an improv and finished the scene strong. Was it the best scene? It doesn't matter. I got it done. And that's all I wanted to do.
Happening. What made you? How did you learn about Finding Mr. Christmas, and what made you audition for? Like, oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna work there and see how it goes. So, what made you feel like because season 1 and season 2 content amazing. Every single person brought it. And every single guy was unique. And some of the eliminations, I was like, they picked the wrong guy. It should have been him. No, no offense to him, but it should have been him, but not him. So it was just, but overall, I tell all of the guys I talk to on social media or on my podcast, all of you really won. There was no losers. All of you really won. But unfortunately, there had to be one hallmark leading man. But this opened doors and opportunity for everybody. I mean, look at Daxton and Hayden, for example. They have a podcast and they drive me crazy. and we have Elijah having his own acting coach business, and he's trying to help mentor younger people with acting. And I'm looking forward to see season 2. Guys, what do they do after their experience on Finding Mr. Christmas?
Yes. So I wasn't a fan of reality TV, and when like I would watch some here and there, but I would always thought everything is drama, drama, cutthroat, and I'm not about that. I was approached through social media. Oh, you'll be perfect for Finding Mr. Christmas, and I type, "What is this?" Oh, it's a reality show. I'm like, no, thank you, without even seeing it. But then a week, two went by, and I had nothing else to do but to check it out. And then I saw it. I did my research, watched episode 1 of season 1, and I told to myself, "Wow, this is not your typical reality. This is fun. There's camaraderie and all this brotherhood, and everyone cheers for each other. I like this. You know what? Let me message her back. Okay, perfect. We were still casting. Send us an audition." So I had to send 2 auditions, and I didn't hear right away. But then I got a call. So like, hey, we want you. We're gonna do some background, some interviews. It was a long process to get on this show, but when I got that phone call, hey, you're in. I was so excited and happy. I knew that something in my life was gonna change. And watching season 2, watching season 1 and seeing how the guys, after filming the show, are doing their own little things and thriving. I want that. And after this show ends, that's what I want to do as well. I want to take my career to the next level, uh, use it for an inspiration to do something else. And who knows? Um, so many possibilities.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, like, it's an opportunity to use your talent or skill, because I've noticed from season 1 there was a little bit of variety. Like, we had an actor, we had a Broadway actor, a couple of actors, and we had like uh, a dog volunteer, and then we had some teachers or some weird. But this season was like actor, model, former NFL. I'm like, former NFL. Okay, I think I'm gonna watch this. I'm a huge football fan. I'm a Packer fan. I'm just, huge. So there was a lot of variety of backgrounds and talent. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. So I just wanted to hear from you, like, how did you use your talent, your skill, your background into pushing yourself in each episode, because there's different star quality challenge. There's a different actress or actor, and there's a different clip of game they will throw you in, and just to see how you will react or how will you adjust. So if it's something that you're not used to, or if it's something you've never done, they make you try to do it. They challenge you. So what did you learn from being on the show besides the research of season 1? And then you're on season 2. So what is 1 or 2 big things you learned about being on the show for yourself and for a possibility of push in your career in the future?
Yes. One thing I learned for sure is, even if you do your research and you go in with the assumption that something is gonna be this, is not gonna be that. I thought that it was gonna be easy. I thought season 1 was slightly silly, and I knew that with my experience as an actor, modeling, and with my soccer background, you know what? I got this. This is gonna be a piece of cake. But then episode one, they put us on skis. I've never skied in my life, so I knew right there that this is gonna be not easy. That every episode, he's Jonathan is gonna put us on something crazy, and then there's always gonna be a twist. So that episode one was like the awakening of me taking everything I came to the show with, throw it out the window, and just stay active, as if it was a soccer game playing with a new team that we've never played. And the first half is to read what's happening, and second half is to just give it your best and come up with the win.
Yeah, because I'm not sure that the guy who did the research or the prep, and then they arrived like, oh, I knew it would be different. It won't be the same. But yeah, Jonathan and Melissa have done a tremendous job with throwing a little bit of a twist or challenge to the characters. It's just like, I was like, oh no, oh no. And then after the episode, I would text Jonathan, why did you do that? Because you have to pick one. I'm like, no, I pick everything I can. I cannot just pick one. Because why? Then you don't know how to follow the rules. I'm like, no, I don't know how to follow the rules. So like going back and forth with Jonathan. But he did a great job with the host and everything. I like how they did with episode one because everybody knew and everybody was just meeting and trying to make connection or a bond like, I'm vibing with this guy, or I'm gonna be with this guy. I'm hopefully have this guy on my team for Bennett, so they're trying to find each other. But at the end, everybody banned everybody because I have never seen, well, this is only season two, not like 25 seasons or anything, but I've never seen any conflict or any drama between the guys or anything. So I'm happy because typically some of the reality shows are just like, no. So I
Yeah,
understand where you come from. I don't want to do a reality show. This is more about like a fun, lighthearted, silly reality show. And it has the purpose, it's kind of like training. Jonathan and Melissa really training you guys to be a leading man eventually or possibility a supporting role if you do not get Mr. Christmas. So that opens up a can of worms for everybody.
yes, they did. Um, they were absolutely incredible, great teachers, uh, great personalities. They were always on their feet with jokes and with things to say. It was so funny to film um, the episodes with them. The way they joke on set and while we were filming is hilarious. We were always laughing. This is a type of show that America needs and the world needs because all this drama and all these cutthroats, we don't need that. We need more, like you said, lighthearted shows, uplifting and just inspirational. That's what we all need because
Because it's a typical reality show that Hallmark, like there's another baking show called Baked with Love without a holiday baking, and it's a whole bed because I feel like these typical reality shows to boost people up and to train you for the next step of your career path or possibility. I mean, who knows, maybe Davey, Mr. Christmas, and he gets the lead in a Hallmark movie, but you guys have opportunity for maybe a smaller part in a Hallmark movie, maybe, or eventually a cameo or some kind of career path, and then eventually later on you will score a bigger part. And then finally, I realized this kind of helped me open up or to completely take a different direction, stick with modeling or
Yeah.
producing.
So I want to learn about you. Where are you located? What do
Yeah,
you
go
do?
ahead. Ask me any questions.
What do you do? Where are you located? You were telling me that you were at work. Where do you work?
Yeah, I am from Wisconsin, obviously. I was
Ooh.
born and raised in Wisconsin, but I went to college in Washington, D.C., and that's how I met my husband. So we moved back to Wisconsin for a little bit. Then I went down south in Mississippi for teaching at the school for the deaf. And then I realized I need to move back home to Wisconsin because it's affordable and great health insurance for my kids. So we moved back to Wisconsin. I'm also a teacher. I teach. I'm a deaf and holy period teacher in the public school system. So yeah, I have a very busy life.
So busy.
Yeah, two kids, husband, and my full-time job teaching and my hobbies, podcast. Yeah, I started this podcast 2 years ago. So this upcoming April will be 3 years, and I just feel like it was inspiring, and it was something for me to do something fun during COVID because being inside the house with two of my kids in another room with virtual school, and me doing virtual school in the different rooms. I was like, and my friends were like, "You should start a podcast." After we met Tyler, Andrew, these people, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I have the time for it. But one day I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. And here I am almost 3 years later.
There we go. Good for you.
Definitely. Is there anything that from the show? Now the show is wrapped up, but it's still airing all of these episodes. Is there something from, I think it was 8 or 9 episodes? Is there anything, even though you can't talk about 3 and up, but from looking back at the show, is there something that you wish you had a do-over or a second chance to, I don't know, maybe move you up or get you up to the next level?
Um, I'm a strong believer that yes, there are second chances, but with every action, there's a reaction, and what you chose at the moment, um, that's what was meant to be. Um, Now, if there were a third season or a season where, you know what, we're gonna bring some of the actors from season one, season two, and season three to compete, then going into that show, that's when uh, that's where I'll do my best in certain aspects that I couldn't do on this season. I don't want to say too much, but I feel happy and grateful for the experience I've had on this show, Finding Mr. Christmas. And I think I made everyone proud. I made my fans and my new fans proud. And I know um, when I came to the show, I told myself I also want to inspire other Latinos and people from different backgrounds to come and follow their dreams. And I feel like they will be inspired by me on this show. So that's all I can say.
With the show, like in between, I'm curious, what is the typical day of filming from morning to evening? Because I heard from another podcast that there's always cameras everywhere. And 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 I know they will show a lot of behind the scene or that they make the episode, but I'm always just curious, like how do you guys handle when you guys are not doing anything, like doing the scene or the star quality challenge? Or what are you doing? Are you just more making hanging around the house, or
Yeah.
have to go back to the hotel, or what is a typical day at that, like on Funny Mr. Christmas?
Of course. So the cameras and the production were so good at saying we are recording, and then they will record and record and record nonstop. Like what makes it to the show, it's due to producers and higher up people that are like, I want this in, I don't want that, I don't want this here, everything, because they have hours and hours and hours of content. They're filming me and Robbie having a conversation about our significant others. They're filming Davey and Craig having a whole different conversation, and then all the guys just talking in the kitchen, and that's hours and hours of just material and content that I feel sorry for the editor because they have to choose carefully what goes into the show. Um, we would get up. I remember the first episode before we met the guys. None of us knew each other, and they kept us in separate rooms in hotels. And they, at different times, they would bring us out to go to a car and then wait by the house, and then we waited for so long, but then they'll tell us, okay, we're ready for you. And then we walk into the house, and they wanted that first reaction of how you meet other people. And that first day took so long. It was so long, Kat. It was a little too long, but it was worth it. It was worth it.
I'm sure, because sometimes they would start like 5 in the morning and go through. I was just like, I don't know how do I do it, but I did it, and it was a beautiful
Yes.
2 episodes going into season 2. So I was curious how that worked with a typical day or that kind of thing, because I know you
Yes.
are in a room to breathe.
Each day was different. Episode 1 was the hardest and longest because of everything that involved meeting at the house, doing the festive face off upstairs, and then driving to the slopes, and then doing the ski and everything. So that took so long. Now after day 1, episode 1, boom, the other episodes were easier and less time because people start leaving, and then you know what, it's easier, and it makes more sense that the hours are less because there are less people.
Definitely. Well, okay, let me think what other question. Now the show's all wrapped up, and we're still watching it. To leave with new friendship, new bond. How are you with the guys now that the show's all wrapped up? Are you there? Are you there for each other, one for another, hanging out? You know, I'm going over there. I'm gonna go visit Craig, or Craig coming over here. Go. Do you have plans or anything with the guy that the show wrapped the show? More support in whatever is happening in your life.
Yes. After the show, I'm really friendly and outgoing, and I make it a thing where I always stay connected with people I meet that I like, and I love all the guys on this show. So especially with the people in LA, we all knew we were gonna stay connected. Gabriel, from the start, was like, bro, we're gonna be good friends, and he invited me to his bachelor, to his birthday celebration, and then Craig and I sort of knew each other slightly back in the day because we model for in a fashion show, but
Oh, yeah.
didn't click, and then we started talking more about it, and then we've been meeting. We met with Craig, Rustin, Marcus at Larchmont in Los Angeles, and we will all hang out and talk, catch up. What have we been up to? What's next? And Rustin and I bonded really good that we golf a lot. We're always golfing whenever he has time or I have time. And yeah, same with Davey. I know Davey's a dad. He has a newborn, but I've seen him whenever I've been with Gabriel. And we recently did press for the show, and we got to see the guys from out of state. We saw Jake, we saw Drake, we saw Logan and Robbie, and we got to catch up, and that was a lot of fun. I miss those guys. I wish we could see each other more often.
Yeah. I was curious then, because I don't want the show wrapped up. Okay, now wrap. Who am I gonna hang out with? Because I don't. How many weeks was the Peterman for finding Mr. Christmas? Was there? I don't know. I don't want to say 2 weeks because it seems like a
lot. Well, the show is gonna run all the way to almost Christmas. December 15th is the last episode, the finale, and I think, yeah, so each week there's a new episode. Will I be in each episode? I don't know. You're just gonna have to watch.
I know, and you're big thing, so you gotta make it all the way through, maybe to the top 3, because the photo shoot and the whole skiing episode is just like, oh my God, there's something about Angel. He's just, I don't know, there's something about there. There's a little bit of a spark. So at first I was like, I'm not sure about these guys. I'm like, this one, no. But everybody brought it, and they did a really good job, and I feel like, what was the Gabe? Oh my, the first episode with everybody doing their popular Santa. I love every single Santa. I just love that. I like how they popular have a popular connection and a popular story. And then when Gabe came on, I was just like, come on, Gabe. It's okay. You can do it just a little bit. And I really loved that the guy in the background was like, got it, like Davey, but got it, man. You could do it. And Melissa and Jonathan, that shows that they really care and they're here to help you learn. And it's okay, open up. No, it's only the first episode. So, like you said, long day, nerve wracking, and people don't know what comes next. And then at episode 2, 3, all the way up to the finale, you got that every day, Peter came, okay, the next day, it will be shorter but long. So when they told you about that dog quality challenge about the whole Santa get up, what made you be Santa Blackton, Angel Blackton? When I saw you come out through the runway, I was like, impress them. Each one have their own, like legitimate or Santa Rasta, or each one was perfect of how to make connection to show who you are.
Yes. Well, they gave us the festive face off, and we had to come up with a Santa. And the twist was like, this is an audition, and you have to talk to the camera, and then we'll judge you based on how you came up. And you have to come up with a phrase and a Santa name. And I had a little bit of trouble. For some reason I couldn't think of anything. And then I remember they wanted to make sure we show personality and who we are. And I knew right then it clicked. I'm already an angel. It's on my name, and people always tell me, you always are who you live up to your name. And that was it, Santa Angel. I'm here to to share love, show you my heart, lift you, and care for you. And that's what I did. I was bullied back in the day. I was bullied in Venezuela. I was bullied in America, in the United States, and I had to overcome that and become confident, um, and not care what others think. And we had some. Everyone goes through a rough patch. Everyone goes through something bad in their life at one given time, and you have to overcome that, move up, and learn from that. And that's what I wanted to project on the challenge, on the festive face off. That I'm here to uplift those that have been bullied, and remind you that you matter, because we all matter. And I wanted to make sure that message was said.
Well, to see the stuff in 5 years from now, so what is your dream or what is your goal for you in 5 years?
Ooh, in 5 years, I see myself doing a lot of things. But what I want to do is I see myself being a great dad. I see myself with my wife taking care of our baby. I see myself in a beautiful home, full of blessings, and getting a call that I have to leave town to do a film, or that I have to go do something related to work. I see myself, um, with my family, my mom, having one of my dreams and my wife's dreams is being in our house and hosting Christmas. We always go to our parents' house. We always go places, but we don't host Christmas. And we would love to host our parents, our cousins, our friends, everyone, have like a huge festive. And that's what I see myself in 5 years. Career wise, I see myself being the lead man of 2 movies, at least one Christmas movie. Would it be Hallmark?
Yeah, been the
I
call.
hope.
I will put a petition in Hallmark about you have to put Angel in something because he and photo shoot, he is up for anything. I mean, if you seen his photo shoot, you would know where I'm coming from.
Thank you, Kat.
Um, last question. It's about Christmas. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Yes, a Biltmore Christmas movie. This is the one
Really?
that filming Asheville.
You saw Baltimore Christmas. It wasn't my favorite. I mean, after that movie was premiered in that year, I think 2023 or 2024, I watched it, I mean, over and over. I would watch over and over. I mean, the leading role or leading character were made for that role, made for that character, and it was so timeless. And I was just like, I love that movie. I must have seen that movie maybe 15 times within a
Thanks.
2 week span. I'm like, watching. People are, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I'm like, Baltimore Christmas, hands down. Down the three wild man and a boy, whatever. But Baltimore Christmas, you have to watch it. If you have not watched it, something wrong with you. I mean, you have
Yes.
to watch it.
You have to watch it.
Have you been there? Have you been at the Baltimore?
Yes, I've been at the Biltmore, and my sister got proposed at the Biltmore, and we always go to Asheville at least twice a year. We recently just moved to Charlotte, and my wife and I wanted to like go celebrate our 3-year anniversary, and we drove to Asheville, and it's just so beautiful. The drive, the people, and then the billboard. Come on, I would love to do a movie and at the billboard. That would be a dream come true.
Oh yeah, I was like that on my bucket list. I told my husband that I want to go there, like before Christmas or around Christmas time. We're not too busy, but I want to go there. Or in the summertime, just to look around. But I want to go in there. I want to go into that library where the hourglass was and where everything happened. My husband was like, "Okay, I'm not. Never mind. You don't watch Hallmark movies. You won't understand, but that's okay." But that on my bucket list to the Baltimore at state and just take up with the name from what I've seen from the movie. I'm like, oh, that's where it happened. Oh, that's where it happened. And there, I think it's still one of the best Christmas movies up to today. There, I will still watch it 12 more times if I have to.
Exactly.
You have a favorite Christmas tradition you like to do with the family? Per Venezuelan culture and now in America. Do you have any tradition from South America and what you like to do when you move to America with the family?
Um, we have I celebrate 3 Christmases, and one with my mom on the 24th with our whole family, and we have this tradition to have a big dinner, and then at midnight we bring baby Jesus to the bassinet, and then we do a prayer, and then we all get together in a circle and do the white elephant or Secret Santa. Then the next day, I go to my wife's dad to eat breakfast, and we always eat breakfast either at their place or we drive and go eat breakfast. And we just open gifts, and then in the afternoon, we go to her mom's and we open gifts, and then we drink cherry bourbons. She makes this. She in a big jar. She puts a bunch of cherries 6 months before Christmas, and then she marinates it with bourbon for 6 months, and then she opens it again right around Christmas, and then we all just put a little bit of bourbon, some ginger ale, and then 1 or 2 cherries. And when you eat the cherry, they're so marinated. It's like you're drinking a shot, and it's so good. So that's my traditions.
Wow, that sounds delicious. I like to hear about their own traditional family traditions or whatever. If they brought it from their own country and move it in and continue on with the tradition. Yeah, I really love it. I mean, Christmas is my holiday. I go like literally all out for Christmas. I mean, Halloween, nope. Thanksgiving, nope. Valentine's or all these other holidays, nope, nope. It's Christmas. But I
Christmas,
have to
yes.
wait until November 25th to decorate because my husband decided to be born on November 24th. So I feel like I have to wait. That one time in Mississippi, we lived in a town, like, I was like, November, I started to get all the Christmas stuff. No, hang one stocking up. My husband walked in the room. He's like, really? I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, a stocking. It's not Thanksgiving. It's not my birthday gift. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'll take it down. So November 24th, I bring all my Christmas decorations by the basement step. And my husband, I'm getting ready. They're going to go up there tomorrow after we celebrate your birthday. So I'm moving it closer to the stairs. So I have to come down the stairs back into the basement. When multitasking, I'm pretty traditional. You're like, okay, whatever. So like Thanksgiving, I'm like, okay, Christmas, I go all out. I bake. I buy all the ingredients. Every single weekend I bake. Like 3 or 4 different kinds of cookies. And then I try to separate them for Christmas Day, for Christmas Eve. Me, you can't eat. They eat it. I'm like, what about this? This you can eat. This you can't eat. I have to label it. no eating until Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Then helpless stuff. I would take her to work, chill with my coworkers or my students, and gone within 2 days. I'm like, I'm gonna have to bake more. So I bake every single day from Thanksgiving weekend all the way up to December 30th, and I stop. So that's how much baking I do now. My daughter's 15, so she helps me. Sometimes she will bake her own thing, and I will bake mine. So my husband's like, can I have the kitchen for a moment? We're like, we're almost done. We are baking out that batch of cookies.
Yes. Oh, you have to have cookies.
Definitely. So that's the only time in the holidays I will go crazy. I will go eating. So after Christmas is over, I'm like, okay, I have to go back to walking. I have to go back to running. I have to go back into half marathon, 3K, 10K, just to get all the holiday junk out of my body. I'm a runner, so I love to run. I've done a 10K, I've done 5K, I've done 6 half marathon. My goal is the full marathon in California. I want to take the route on the coast. What is it called? The Big Sur. Like that area. Because my best friend did that. She was like, you have to do at least one marathon. I know it's a lot of work and it's hard. But California, I'm gonna throw that down my bucket list. One gonna happen, I don't know. But I should have to keep going with my training, with my motivation. And then maybe one day I'll wake up and I'm like, okay, even though I didn't train very much, I'm gonna do a full marathon. So
Hey, I think you can do it. I will cheer you on.
definitely. Okay, it's time to wrap up. Don't you have any more comments or any more questions you want to know about me before we close this podcast? I'm open.
um, no,
Yeah.
I think we discussed pretty much everything, and you share some wonderful things about you and your husband, your daughter, and I didn't know you ran that you want to run a marathon. You've done 10Ks. I also ran in college. I did a cross country, and I would love to continue running. And yeah, I'm also a big fan of Christmas, and sooner than later we'll be decorating.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I grew up athletic. I mean, I was in cross country for middle school, track for middle school, high school. I was in basketball until I injured my knee. Yeah. So, and then I did track, cross country. College, I did cross country for about 3 years. And then I stopped running because life, I got married, I had a kid. I got married. I realized that I need to get back into my healthy version. I wasn't really happy and all the energy, and I just nah. So I stick with a workout program and a healthy eating program, and within a year and a half, I lost between 50 or 70 pounds, and I try to maintain it, start running, and I was like, if I have a bad day or I'm feeling stressed or I need to get out of the house, I run. I just run. Does we need a partner with running? Like sometimes, but I like to run by myself because I run. I don't wait. I just run.
Good,
Run.
just run.
Well, Angel, I really appreciate you for coming on to the Cat Chat podcast. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in the next remaining episodes, and I'm sure there's a lot of bands of Angel rooting for you all the way to the final. I wish we could pick everybody, but we have to pick one hallmark leading man. But regardless, I hope you learned a lot from being on the show, and you will take the constructive feedback from everybody, not just Jonathan, Melissa, all of the guest judges, and as well as your peers, Davey, Marcus, Craig, Gabriel, Robbie, Drake, Jake. Yeah, I think I got everybody. So able to support each other and get feedback. I know that you keep doing that. Well, to try it this way, but again, we'll be rooting for you, and we'll see what happens in episode 3. I'm trying
I
to
can't wait
find
for
out
you
the
to watch
format
episode
for the
3.
preview. Yeah, on the episode 3. Okay. What next? Oyo, thank you. Have a great night and
Thank
enjoy the
you.
rest of the journey.
Thank you, and continue watching Finding Mr. Christmas.
Definitely. So you guys tune in the Cat Chat podcast and follow Angel Garrett on Instagram and follow all of the Finding Mr. Christmas social media to keep up who's moving up, who's going home for the holidays, even though we don't want to send anybody home, but that's how it works. Thank you for tuning in. Bye, Angel.
Bye, Kat. Nice to meet you.
You
Bye.
too.